If there's one skill I try to teach every patient with MS, it's this. Learn to listen to your body before it has to shout at you. MS doesn't always announce itself loudly. Often it whispers first, through fatigue, through subtle discomfort, through a moment of imbalance you might brush off. In this chapter, we're going to walk through the signals your body sends and why paying attention to them early can change the course of your day and sometimes your week. Fatigue signals. Let's start with fatigue, because it's the most common and most misunderstood symptom in MS. This isn't ordinary tiredness. MS fatigue can come on suddenly, disproportionate to what you've actually done. Heavy limbs, a foggy head, a sudden need to sit down. I always tell patients, fatigue is data, not weakness. Learning your personal fatigue pattern, what triggers it, what time of day it hits hardest, is one of the most useful things you can bring to our appointments. Pain and discomfort. Next, pain and discomfort. These can show up as tingling, burning sensations, muscle tightness, or nerve pain that seems to come from nowhere. Many patients minimize this, assuming it's just part of living with MS, but pain is information. It tells us where inflammation or nerve involvement might be active. Don't wait for pain to become severe before mentioning it. Early signals are easier to manage than escalated ones. Balance and mobility. Then there's balance and mobility. A slight stumble, dragging a foot, gripping the wall a little tighter than usual. These are warning signs worth noting, even when they seem minor. Balance issues often develop gradually, so patients get used to compensating without realizing how much they've adjusted. Naming these changes out loud to yourself or to your care team helps us catch problems while they're still manageable. Emotional and cognitive signals. MS doesn't only affect the body, it affects the mind. Difficulty concentrating, word-finding trouble, sudden shifts in mood, or a sense of mental fog are all real, physiological signals, not personal failings. I want every patient to know these symptoms deserve the same attention as physical ones. Track them. Talk about them. They're just as much a part of your MS as any physical symptom. When to rest. Which brings us to the most important skill of all, knowing when to slow down. Rest isn't giving up, it's a treatment strategy. When your body sends multiple signals at once, fatigue, discomfort, a wobble in your step, a cloudy mind, that's your body asking for a pause, not a failure to push through. Fatigue, pain, balance, emotional and cognitive signals, and the wisdom to rest. These aren't separate issues. They're one conversation your body is having with you every day. Learning that language is one of the most powerful tools in managing MS well.